What's up everyone, it's Lizzie, your adventurous health nut, here with a sports video. I'm here with my dad John, and we're going to be talking about the NBA playoffs. Right now the West and the East Conference, they're in their finals. Let's start with the East with Miami Heat versus the Boston Celtics. Right now Miami leads 2-1. I just think Jimmy Butler is leading the team very well. I think the Celtics, of course, they are playing well offensively with Kemba Walker, Jason Tatum. Even Marcus Smart is stepping up. He's not being a little thug. He's actually playing smart. So I don't know about this series. I think if Miami keeps playing the way they are, I think they have the potential of winning this series. But if Boston steps it up, then I think they could win.
Well, I think the difference for Miami has been Goran Dragic. And, he scored 20-something points in the first two games.
Yeah.
He shot 2 for 10
yeah.
in game 3. So I don't think that he can be that consistent for them to go through there if they're going to depend on him, which means then that Butler will have to score more points in order for them to win. Yeah. And as you see, he didn't. Butler had under 20 points. They lost. So it'll be an interesting series. If Kemba Walker keeps his production up, Jaylen Brown keeps his production and energy up, and like I said, Marcus Smart doesn't do anything to hurt them, I think that they will prevail in this series. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. If they tie it, if Boston ties the series, then I think it'll go 7, and if not, then it'll go 6.
Moving on to the West Conference, you have the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Denver Nuggets. Right now, the Lakers are leading 2-1. But if you look at Game 3, they were not shooting well at all. I mean, granted, they are more of a defense team. But I think the key for the Nuggets to win is that Jokic, if he does, he's the key passer. So if he steps it up, but at the end of the day, you need Jamal Murray to shoot well. He kind of got saved in Game 3 because he had, what's his name?
Grant.
Yeah,
Jeremy
Grant to step it up and give him points because he only had 28 points. And if you look at other series, especially like the Game 7s, he scored like 50 points. And that's how they're going to win. And honestly, the Lakers, what they need to do is shut down Jokic. In the easiest way, you don't need to double team him because he can't play defense. He's admitted he's not that fast. His defense is just shoving like this. And then he gets in foul trouble. That's what happened in the first 2 games. He got in foul trouble. The second game, he was out in the first half. He had 3 fouls in the first half. So I think the Lakers, obviously your favorite, LeBron James, had a
triple-double.
Yeah. And then Anthony Davis wasn't really shooting well, and Kyle Kuzma wasn't really shooting well. Rondo, he stepped it up, but his free throws were terrible.
Well, and he didn't score well, though.
He tried.
He had wide open shots, and normally he's not a good shooter either. And so I think that, in this series, it's that if they don't let Murray get 40 points, the bench for Denver is going to have to prove that they can score.
Yeah.
And if they don't score tonight, the difference with Jeremy Grant, he had 26 points.
Yeah.
So Murray doesn't have to score that much because Jokic, it's like everything. Jokic is going to get his 20-something points.
Yes.
Murray's going to get his 20-something points, but the bench is the difference. And they let Jeremy Grant do that, get away tonight. The other thing is, referees got to loosen up a little bit. They're a little ticky-tack on the fouls,
but the players also whine a lot.
which is going to be to the detriment of the Lakers, who's a more physical team.
But the players also
whine. No, they do. But the thing is that what they need to do, though, if what they go back to is if the Lakers go back to going at the Joker and get him in foul trouble, I think that this series is going to be in 5. I don't think that they can withstand that. And they just didn't play with any energy tonight. Like I said, LeBron and AD, they both had good games, but they didn't really play with energy. The only 2 I'll say that were out there playing was Rondo and Caruso, because Caruso always comes out there.
Yeah.
But the others have to do that, and the Lakers have to hit their free throws. And they lost by 8 points. They missed 8 free throws. There it is.
They did, yes.
So if it's not for those couple of things, this could have been a close game. And the Lakers went on a run, where they went to a zone defense, and that's something they may employ earlier in the next game to slow them down in the first half so that they can get an advantage, because it worked well for them defensively.
I mean, honestly, if they get Jokic and the Joker in foul trouble, they'll definitely win.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Well, like I said, they have to go at him, but Dwight Howard has to be smart about how he does it. Because if he forces it, he's going to get in foul trouble.
Yes.
And so, because they're calling it pretty tight. So he has to be very clever with how he does it, not grabbing and all that stuff. He has to I know, but but if he goes at it smart and he just plays his normal physical self without the grabbing and all that, he can get, Jokic can't guard him.
He can't guard him.
And he should be able to back him in, get him on one side, spin on the other, and go to the basket. So it'll be, like I said, the next game will be interesting. So that whichever team comes out with the most energy should win. And if the Lakers do, then I think the series is over in 5.
Alrighty, but wouldn't it be cool if the Boston Celtics and the Lakers were playing in the NBA Finals? That's a classic.
It is a classic. I mean, those are the two teams that have won the most titles in the NBA, but I don't know that the rest of the country wants to watch them again. I mean, now there was no clear favorite. I mean, everybody thought Milwaukee was going to come out of the East, so I don't know that people are that excited about the Celtics, this year around the rest of the country.
I think people are excited about the Lakers.
The Lakers, and then they're playing for Kobe, and they'll wear the black jerseys, and that would be good. But yeah, I like I said, I don't know. We're in LA, so of course we would love to see that.
Yeah,
because that one of my greatest moments was I was in an elevator with James Worthy after they beat the Detroit Pistons, and I said to him, so don't you wish it was Boston? And he just smiled. Because it is. If you're a Laker, that's your whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
You have to beat the Celtics. So if that does come about, that would be great, and that would cement LeBron's Laker legacy. But I like I said, I think that the rest of the country, there's a lot of younger people and younger players in now, so it doesn't mean as much to them. So we'll see, but let's just play it and see what happens.
Alright, well that wraps up this episode. My name's Lizzie, here with my dad. You guys take care. Deuces.